Hi guys, how you all doing? I'm happy to be back. Still busy, but I'm still making the effort to make videos. Please, if you see me for the first time, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please try and click on the button, pam pam, so you get notified when I have no videos coming up. So how are you? How's everyone keeping? Yes, I did promise. I remember I promised I was going to be talking about careers and businesses. This video, but let us look at life in general, and then we can touch a little bit again on career and businesses. First of all, I just want to say the Bible tells us that where two or three are gathered in the name of Jesus, He's in our midst. So just give God all the glory, and I just hope you enjoy viewing my video. I just want to ask you before I also continue, how are you doing? How are you keeping? Has this weather, this season, it's still very cold here in the UK, and I know it's very hot in Nigeria. So different part of the world with different weathers. But the thing is, whether cold or hot or wet or whatever, there's a common enemy we all fighting: pandemic, COVID. So how are you keeping? Have you been affected? If you have, leave a comment. Let me know how you're keeping, how you're doing, and how you're coping. And those of you who have lost a job, lost a loved one, leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know. And also, whatever topic you think I should start with, because right now this is my third video, if I'm correct. And then I'm still arranging my content of how I'm going to put things together, but I would also love to hear the things that you love me to talk about. As a woman, somebody was asking me the other day, why do women dress for themselves, or do they dress for their husbands, or for their boyfriends, or whatever it's called? The answer varies. So if you like fashion, you always dress for yourself. You always dress, whether you have money or not. There's a way you always come out, and then you always look dressed up. Some other people who are not into fashion, they will wear something even better than what you're wearing, or more expensive, but you look better than they are. The way you present yourself, the way you coordinate yourself, the way when you like fashion, you like fashion. I don't really think women dress for people. Women, if you love fashion, you're dressing for yourself, not for other people. You're dressing because you're happy, because it makes you feel good, because when you look at the mirror and everything, and when you see the things, you want to adore yourself with them. After all, in the Bible, God adores. He created beautiful things. He adores. Before Lucifer was thrown out of heaven, God used to adore him with ornaments, right? So as a woman, you just want to dress for yourself and look good. Well, you can also dress for your husband, but I think that's it. People always say, oh yes, some people say women dress for other women. Competition might be the case. Maybe they want to compete. But then if you're not into fashion, how can you compete? So there's no need. So I really think even before a woman wants to compete with other people, they have to, they have to love fashion for them to even be able to compete in the first instance. There's fashion, there's fashions, there's fashion. A lot of people that buy the most expensive things, wear the most expensive things, and still not look dressed up. And there's some people, like I said before, we just wear basics, and then you'll be like, wow, where did you get this from? You look good, you look great, you look. And there are also some people who have the most expensive things, and when they come out they look, wow, you are super, things like that. And there are also some people where they don't have the expensive things, they try to dress up and still, so they're different. They like they said, love is in the eye of the beholder. The same way your fashion is in the eye of the, it's how you, some people will dress and they look like, when they look at the mirror, they feel that they're looking the best, and you see them and say, what's this one wearing? But as far as they're concerned, they're looking good, they're looking great. So that means, what's that telling you? They didn't dress up for you, they dress up for themselves. If they like how they looked, and that's why they dressed like that. Yeah, people will be wondering, how am I coordinating my dressing today? I'm wearing a green, and I'm wearing wearing mostly silver today. And then how did I now ended up wearing a red belt on a green dress and with gold bronze? It's not actually gold, it's bronze. I don't know. I just said to myself, I was going to actually wear a belt with silver. I just said to myself, so I can coordinate how I want. It's how I want. I really wanted to wear this belt. I don't have this particular design with silver, hopefully. I don't have, so that's why I'm wearing this one, because I just felt like wearing this belt. And yes, I'm wearing a red shoe to match. Is it possible for me to lift my shoes? Anyway, I'll show my shoes at the end of the video. I'm wearing a red shoe to coordinate with the belt. And if I was going out, okay, let me if I was going out, let me get just a minute, let me get the bag I'll be carrying. Yeah, if I was going out, I'll be carrying this bag. If I was going out, that's the bag that I've been carrying if I was going out. But of course, I'm not going out. I'm just talking about fashion and all that. So, how did we get here? I've always liked fashion. I've always liked English. I've always loved fashion from when I was young, from when I was little. I always liked dressing up and everything, wearing my mother's clothes. I used to help my mom. My mom is late now. I used to help her paint her nails. I had to even learn how to tie gilly. Although I cannot tie the recent gilly that they tie now, the new style, the new trend that they tie now. But the olden days, I used to help my mom. As young as I was, I used to help my mom tie gilly. And I used to help my mom, do her makeup. She doesn't really wear makeup, just I just she doesn't cut through my eyebrow, just eye pencil. So, but she didn't know how to do it very well. So I just help her to just add it together. I used to help her coordinate her clothes. My mom was a beautiful woman, very beautiful. She's late now. So yes, I've always loved fashion, and then I always said, when I was growing up, my parents were they were average. They could have, after I went to a private primary school, not secondary school. I went to Ebenezer Primary School when it was a private school. So I can say yes, they were okay. My parents were okay. Yeah, my mother was a banker. My father was a television producer. He used to work in the TV house, and then we were okay. We were, like I said, we were okay. We didn't have, but we were doing really great, really great. We had everything we wanted and all of that. But when it came to holidaying abroad and all that, of course we couldn't afford all of those things, So, but I'd always prayed that one day I'll be able to afford all of those things. One day, I dreamt of a lot of things when I was growing up. I wanted to have loads of things when I was growing up. I didn't want anything to be an issue when I was growing up. So, I read when I was in school. I read my first course was linguistics in University of Benin. I read linguistics, and then I came to UK and I read economics and business in UK. And actually, when I came to UK, I was going to go straight for my master's. And then my husband told me that, and the master's I wanted to do had maths in it, that I was going to have a little bit of issues, if I jump straight into reading master's. I was going to read business admin then. So I just went to do economics and business. I went to London Guildhall. It was then London Guildhall, and before I graduated from the school, it became London Metropolitan University. So yeah, and then before I went for my master's, and I did a business again in my master's. So from there, if you really look at life, how to struggle to to do well, to work well, and everything. And I always say, if you want to make a lot of money, or if you want to be the best at what, then you have to create a niche for yourself. Without a niche, when I mean a niche, it has to be something you dream of. It has to be something you worked out, you put on your table, something that you created, something that you formatted, something that you formulated. That's your own niche. Even if somebody has created it for you, have to bring in your own touch into it. For example, you went somewhere to learn how to cook a particular kind of dish, and then you come home, you see, you already have the person's style and technique of doing the cooking. So it would be great if you added your own unique technique in it, so that when they taste it, it wants to taste like the person's own, but then you added something unique from you, and then it tastes even nicer than the person's own. So that's bringing your own niche into what you're doing. One thing also I always say about career, you have to love what you're doing. Otherwise, it'll just be like a punishment, and you may not really grow in it. You may just be there hanging and struggling. Every day becomes, something really difficult. Whereas if you were doing something that you really, 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 really love, oh no, it will not be it will not be a problem at all. As for me, I don't think I've ever really, before the kids came, I was working. I had worked various departments. I've been working after my first degree, my master's. I was working. However, what happened was that when I started having babies, my life completely changed. It was just a turnaround of everything, and that was the first time not really the first time I stepped into business, right? But before I came to the UK, when I was in University of Benin, when I was in school, I had a business I was running, but the moment I came here, I was focusing on career. I wanted to build a career, a portfolio, my life, work. But it's not always the case. You want to go for a particular thing in life. You say, this is what I'm going to do. This is the career I'm going to be, and everything. But as I progress, as I continued with life, when I got pregnant, that thing about career shifted. So I went into business, and then my business started with actually I was blogging. I had a blog called Miracle Baby Blog. It's no more. Then after Miracle Baby Blog, I had a blog called Women Confidentials, and that was like a magazine. It was an online magazine. And then after that, I decided to go. I love fashion. Oh gosh, I love fashion. And so I decided to go into hair. Then I think that was the time when Brazilian hair was reigning. Brazilian hair just came out. So I said, what, I started with Brazilian hair. Actually, I was a distributor for other people. I was selling other people's brand and all that, And then 2 or 3 years into selling Brazilian hair, the height of Brazilian hair, I decided, let me start making my own. And then I got a factory. I started producing my own, very own label, very own brand, so I started, and that's my hair brand is called Auntie Betty's Hair Brand, and most of you who are subscribed to my channel or friends, you all know my brand. I started small, but over time we've grown. It's a factory. We're doing well. The pandemic has been an issue to everybody, every business person. I have distributors by the grace of God, all over. I have in different parts of the world. By God's grace, I can do better. God's willing, we will keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and just give God all the glory that God has been faithful and with the business. So yes, I'll tell you how. I think for my next video, that's where I just wanted to give you a briefly about myself. Stepping stone. So next video, I'm going to be talking about career and I'm going to be talking about career and businesses. Thank you for watching. I hope you have subscribed to my channel. Also, please like, press the like button. Don't give me a thumbs down. Give me a thumbs up, please, and share my video, and let us vlog. Let us blog. Let us talk. Like my wristwatch. My ring. Silver. Thank you. Bye-bye.